Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Russ of Stashing Worthy Acorns and the Dapper Dividends podcast. I wanted to make a quick video here on this Sunday, May 24th, 2020, to tell you about a new position that I initiated into my brokerage account. I finally did it after years and years and years of watching and waiting and never pulling the trigger because I thought it was too overvalued and too expensive. I finally bought Pepsi. Ticker symbol PEP. I'll tell you what finally pushed me over to buy this dividend aristocrat that has been increasing their dividend for 47 straight years. But first, I'm going to get into a few numbers. Nothing too crazy, just a few quick hitters that I like. So what I did is I bought something I call line in the sand shares. When I'm looking at a company and it might be a little bit overvalued or a little bit close to fair value, what I'll do is I'll draw that line in the sand and I'll just buy a few shares. And then when it's below that line, below that average price, I'm more inclined because I can visually see that it is below my average. So I feel like, well, I got to average down. So it's a little trick I use to get me involved and get me buying more shares to get that initial tranche going. So I bought those shares at $130.99. But my fair value estimate on those is $133.14. So it's a little bit on sale, nothing crazy like it was about 6 weeks ago. But that's okay because I love this company and I'm excited to finally be a partner and an investor holding shares of Pepsi that I can grow old with. Just like Adam Sandler sang in The Wedding Singer, it's shares I can grow old with. And Pepsi, I want to grow old with you. So a couple quick things. Pepsi has a market cap of $181.04 billion and an enterprise value of $211.13 billion. So for those of you that don't know, enterprise value is the complete cost of a company, debts, warts, everything, and it gives you a more accurate representation of a company's value, or in this case, what it would take if you wanted to buy every single share of Pepsi. You would need to pay up $153.17 a share if you wanted to buy everything. So this just tells you they have a little bit of debt, but that's far from a complete picture, and it's not a be-all, end-all valuation metric. So another cool thing is the return on investment. It's at 12.26%. So the way you can look at that is if you invested $100, over time you would basically expect a $12.26 gain on that investment. Also, 70.84% of the shares are held by institutions. So you got your mutual funds, just large and hedge funds. Just these institutions hold a lot of their shares because they know that Pepsi is safe. Pepsi's a stalwart. Pepsi's not going anywhere after I show you what they've done. So the money that's left over after capital expenditures is the cash flow. And when we break that down per share, we see that it is for the trailing 12 months, $6.96. And their payout per share as a dividend is $4.09. Currently, I updated this chart, which is 59% payout ratio of free cash flow, which is good. You want to look for something that's under 70%, gives them a little bit of a buffer. I'm not worried about Pepsi. I think they have a very solid dividend that's not going anywhere. And we know it's not going anywhere anytime soon because a few weeks ago, they raised that dividend by 7%. And if we look at the chart, we can see over the last several years, they have about an 8.5% average dividend growth rate per year. And right now they have a forward yield of 3.11%, which is very, very nice for such a big company. So you've got to be wondering what pushed me. There's this little thing that I love to look at called creative destruction. It's a very needed process that we have in the economy. When you're creatively destroying things, you're doing what Henry Ford did to the horse and buggy industry. So I'm always looking for those companies that are creating and innovating and not standing still, because if you're standing still, you're dying. The world is passing you by. Hello, Blockbuster. So what was it that Pepsi did to push me over the edge? It was a few weeks ago when they released two direct-to-consumer websites, snacks.com and pantryshop.com. These are both direct-to-consumer. They cut out the middleman. On snacks.com, if you spend a minimum of $15, they give you free shipping. And with pantryshop.com, check this out. They've got pantry kits, click and go, very streamlined, very impressive. And once I saw these two sites, I said, oh yeah, I can't wait anymore. I can't sit on the sidelines anymore. I like where Pepsi's going. And while I'm not a fan of Geedunk, what's Geedunk, you ask? Well, that goes back to my Navy days. Whenever somebody wanted soda, chips, candy, cookies, we called that Geedunk. Nothing like eating a Hershey's bar on the open seas. But anyway, as we were, I don't eat Geedunk. I don't buy a lot of Geedunk, but a lot of people do. It's not for me to judge. It's for me to look at Pepsi, look at them strong financial, look at what they're creating and what they're doing. So I had to get me some Pepsi. And I don't know whether the price is going to dip in the future or pop a little bit, but I do know over time with this model and this company, Pepsi is going up and to the right. I'm 100% sure of that. I can't give a price target, but I know I am comfortable buying and holding at these levels, growing old with Pepsi, collecting the dividends until I'm old and gray and passing these shares down to my kids or grandkids so they can continue collecting the dividends from Pepsi. So I'm going to be buying more shares, and if it dips on every dip, I'm going to keep adding. I'm going to keep bringing my average down. I still say we haven't seen the worst of this market, and I think there's another leg down. But if I'm wrong, that's fine too. Oh, and the disclaimer. I am not a licensed financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just my opinion coming from some random guy in his mid-40s on the internet, on YouTube, and you should only be taking this as fun and entertainment. All right, shipmates, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get back to my family. I'm going to keep buying Pepsi. Check out my Stashing Worthy Acorns, and also check out my Dapper Dividends podcast. Check out my affiliate links below.